y dos, y dos, una, y dos, una, y dos.
Hello and welcome to Cortez NYC Livestream, the podcast.
This show broadcasts out of New York City
We are your hosts, Cortez NYC,
and Carla de Puerto Rico.
and on this show we talk about art, creativity, city life from a Latino perspective. I'm a visual artist.
And I'm a singer.
And this is episode 79, Copa America 2019.
As always, you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and Spotify, and on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And I just want to announce I'm having a great collab happening right now. I'm really excited about it. I'm collabing with a company called Beer Canvas. You can find them on Instagram, Beer Canvas on Instagram. And we're going to be doing some nice Copa America merch, graffiti on beer glasses. So be on the lookout for that. That'll be coming very soon. Beer Canvas on Instagram.
Stay tuned.
All right, so let's get on with this. We're here with Mr. Damien, Mr. Diablo.
Yeah. This time you're on my turn. What?
A different environment.
We're on location at the Evil Geniuses headquarters, this HQ.
Lair, my secret hideout.
We're at the Boardfly HQ here,
Born fly offices.
and we decided to get together to do a nice preview of the Copa America. I know last time when we had the World Cup, we had a pretty good show. I think a couple episodes where we talked about the music, we talked about the event and the teams and what they were doing. And then this time around, we have the Copa America. We said, you know what, we're going to do it again. The Copa America is in Brazil this time, 2019 Copa America. Colombia's in it, so you know I'm excited about it. But for the most part, though, it's just another great event along with the Gold Cup. The Gold Cup is another one that's happening. You know,
It's
so
another great event to gather around and drink.
exactly.
Which is why, what did we do, Chris?
You really need me to?
What did we do?
We went like a bunch of maniacs and looked for drinks that would commemorate the Copa America. And since it's in Brazil, we said we're going to find some Brazilian liquor. And Mr. Diablo went all the way to the favelas.
Yeah,
Doug?
we went to the favelas. You went deep. That's what the guy told us. It's people in the favela drink this.
I'll post video footage of this, but Damien was actually jumping from favela roof to favela roof.
Yeah, like Spider-Man.
Like
Or
born
parkour.
like born parkouring
Parkour.
through the favelas like born ultimatum just to get this cachaca.
Kachaka. The name is Kachaka.
So-
I think. It's
Yeah.
Cachaca. But that last C has a...
Yeah, with the little rabito. I don't know what is that.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
We were trying to listen to somebody pronounce it, and they said Cachaca.
Cachaça.
Cachaça.
Somewhere like a Z.
I said T'Challa, but
But
that's not what
Tachal.
Wakanda
Wakanda forever.
Cachaca.
Kachaka. Boom chicka chicka.
But
No,
it-
but it's magical. Kacha.
Anyway, this bottle that we got, this Brazilian liquor, is very intimidating. It's a gigantic bottle. It only comes in one size.
It only had one side. It's a very...
To 151 the shot.
Oh, like a 51 now.
51.
It's a very
I don't know.
it's a very plain bottle, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a classic bottle, but it's a sugarcane rum, so which means it's a rum, but it's clear. So
It looks like vodka, but it reminds me of aguardiente. So
no, it's like
Yeah, sounds like
aguardiente, which
aguardiente.
is a problem.
yeah,
so,
that's a problem. So
They recommend also to drink this. They have like a little recipe on the
La
back.
caipirinha.
Yeah, and you have to drink it with lemon or lime.
Yeah, they make the caipirinha.
They're like, you have to mix it.
Sugar.
But because we're real G's at
Exactly.
this, we're going straight. Well, not straight, ice. We're not total savages. We gotta go, with ice.
Alright, so we're gonna crack this bottle open. We're gonna see how many of these drinks can we get through.
Bottle opening.
David, I think you expected a little more drama in that sound, and
Yeah.
it wasn't there. I'll edit it in. It'll be like.
Yeah, you should. That's good.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I see. I know. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Oh, that smells.
It might be a type of tequila.
That smells harsh.
Yeah.
Oh man, this smells harsh. Woof.
It's like seawater, like salt water.
It smells like favela rainwater.
Mixed with a little bit of sugar.
Yeah.
You gonna do this?
All right. So
Raise
yeah.
our
So
glasses.
to the Copa.
In honor to the Copa.
To the Copa America. Here we go.
In
Cheers.
Brazil.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Clink, clink.
What is this like? Wow, that's
not
a lot
bad.
smoother than I thought.
Yeah, a little bit smooth. You definitely can taste the sugar.
It's a strong afterburn though. I feel it.
No, I don't feel a burn.
Maybe it's just my my heartburn.
I just took
acting up
I took
again.
a second drink. I don't feel the burn.
It's actually really smooth.
It's actually really smooth. Better than aguardiente. It's sweet.
way better. I could drink this way more than I could.
Oh hell yeah! But we don't know how much it'll hit us. That's the thing.
Well, it says it's 40% alcohol, so it's basically.
I don't know percentages. I don't know math. Good job, Carla.
After I asked the question, I'm like, duh.
I was like, in the whole bottle or all of Cachaca?
all of the region of Cachaca.
The whole of Cachaca is only 40%.
Cachaca.
Now, I don't know if you're going to go to a bar and order this Cachaca. Unless you're like in
No,
Jackson
because when we went to
or-
the liquor store, they looked at us like, why are you guys
Yeah,
ordering
the dude didn't know where it was. And he was like, oh, no, I definitely don't have that. And then I saw it by myself. I was like, it's right here. He's like, oh.
Yeah, maybe if we go to a restaurant, it will be make me a caipirinha with cachapa.
Exactly.
And they
Brazilian
if they give you
restaurants.
Cachaca, they probably give you something else.
Exactly. Be
But
like,
I'm actually
yeah,
really not
Cachaca.
mad at this. This is a pleasant surprise.
It's better than the other shit we got. So the other things that we got to in we were looking for beers that would kind of commemorate this whole Copa America episode.
Or align with.
Something that aligns with
Yeah,
soccer,
like,
the
yeah.
sport, or something that even just slightly resembles a Brazilian or a South American thing, or
Because
something
we
like
couldn't go by country. We couldn't find a Brazilian beer.
that. So then we ended up coming across a beer that is called Victory. The brand is called Victory, and they have a sour monkey and a golden monkey. And I drank the golden monkey. The golden monkey's good. Then Damien tried the sour monkey. He told me this shit is sour as fuck. I just tasted it. Now I made my way over to the sour monkey, and it's crap. I totally do not
It's a strange
recommend.
taste for beer.
Do not buy Victory Sour Monkey. It is crap. It is horrible. It's like somebody took a candy, a really sour candy, dropped it in your beer, and then just let it sit there.
Yeah, that's right.
Ay, Dios mío, the Sour Patch candies, those. And then it's like, but that's good. Like, that's a good. I like Sour Patch candy, and that's good. But this, yeah, it's not good.
Because you're not expecting it. Right, it's a beer. It's not supposed to
I'm
be
not
like that.
expecting that in my beer.
But victory, because who's going to get the victory, right?
Exactly.
Copa America.
Exactly. So that was
That's what it's about.
a Victory beer. All right, so let's introduce this Copa America. So Copa America, I want to introduce it to you guys. Copa America is another tournament. It's not the World Cup. It is like Latin America, all the countries in Latin America. What they call the CONMEBOL. CONMEBOL. It's like 12 or 16 teams. This cup has been around for 103 years. The current champions are Chile. Chile has won for the second time in a row. The most successful team out of all the countries in the Copa America has been Uruguay, which I didn't know that. They've won 15 times. So the Copa America, you were telling me, Damien, like it's another cup like the one that you follow probably closer is.
The Euro Cup is stuff like Portugal, France, Spain, England,
Gotcha.
Iceland, even Iceland, yeah. They branch them in, they group them in. So there's cups for all. There's Africa Cup of Nations. There's all the African teams. There's CONCACAF. That's our shit. That's America, Mexico, Canada.
So CONCACAF is the one that is also happening right now, starting this Saturday, which is
Yeah,
the Gold
the Gold
Cup.
Cup. Yeah.
Correct.
And then there's, South American Cup.
Which is the Copa America. So the Copa America also, another thing about the Copa America for you guys that don't know, it happens sometimes every 2 years, sometimes every 3 years, on average 3. But recently it was there was one back to back, which was the Centenario.
Yeah, Copa Centenario.
Yeah. So
Which
that was
a special tournament because of the 100 years for the Copa.
right. So that was like 2015 to 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's 2019. So it's
Yeah.
been 3 years. It's in Brazil. So the teams that are in the cup are, go ahead, Kyle.
Are in Group A, Brazil, Bolivia, Venezuela, and Peru. In Group B, Argentina, Colombia, Paraguay, and Qatar. Group C, Uruguay, Ecuador, Chile, and Japan.
Yeah. And then out of those groups, I started doing a little research trying to find out, what out of those groups, who is like a real contender, who has like real titles in this Copa America. So like I said, Uruguay has 15. They're the highest. They have the most wins in this Copa. But behind them is Argentina with 14 times winner.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah. After that, you got Brazil, you got 8. So after that, you got Peru, Paraguay, and Chile. They each have won twice. And then after that, trickles down. You got
Colombia had won one, and Bolivia had won. Yeah.
So then the newcomers there would be Venezuela, Ecuador, Japan. Like these are people that are.
And Japan was never. I think I've never heard of Japan part of Copa America.
No,
So
these are
new thing, right?
invitees.
Yeah, they invite a couple teams every year to play, and usually they invite whoever the next World Cup, who's hosting the next World Cup. So that's Qatar. Yeah. Also, you don't want to pick a really, really strong team, because then you're probably going to lose your own cup. So, you got to pick like Japan and Qatar. Imagine Japan won the Copa America, not Copa Asia. That would be ridiculous. So,
Really good on the World Cup.
yeah, no, they're a good team. but-
Japan, yeah.
So for Japan, what I have here is they're ranked number 26 by FIFA. Damien was telling me FIFA rankings are bullshit,
Bullshit.
but at least just something to go by. The chances of winning are 0.82%.
That is not a good percentage. Even I know that, and I don't know math.
They're not the strongest team, but they have a chance to do something there. Who we got here, Mr.
Sugar Nays in the building just dropped by. I don't think he knows much about the Copa, but he's trying out the Kachaka.
Mr. Separate Checks is in the house.
Oh, separate checks. Separate checks.
All right, so as far as the Copa America, I was looking up also out of those teams who's like on the betting side, who is like got the odds towards them to win. It looks like Uruguay has the top 6-1 to win.
I thought it was Argentina.
I see Uruguay is the top one, 6-1, and then Argentina 7-2, depending on what website you go to. But it's between Uruguay, Argentina, and then Colombia follows after that. Then after that, it all starts trickling down. You got Chile, and then after that, you got. Then it just all evens out. Brazil and all that. I don't know why Brazil's so far down on the betting odds there. We were just talking about the teams that are in the cup, and who do you think has a good opportunity to win? Who are you thinking?
I mean, Brazil. They got home advantage.
But their odds are low. Why are their odds so low?
Because last time they were in Brazil for a World Cup, they got humiliated. They got beat 7-1 by Germany, 5-1 by Netherlands.
In the World Cup.
In the World Cup. That was like a crazy scandal, because Brazil did all this to build up all these stadiums and all this stuff, and then they got kicked out so early. And then on top of that, all the stadiums that they built up just got left there. And it's like growing plants and shit in it, like desolate, abandoned stadiums, because they didn't have money. A lot of corruption in Brazil. But you would think that it's a small competition, and among these teams, they're probably, one, if not the strongest, because there's Argentina also has a good shot. They have Messi, they have Aguero, they have a bunch of great players, but they kind of like fumble a lot near the end. They always fuck up and lose. And then Chile's pretty good.
Uruguay
got some stars.
Do they have?
They got some people. They got
Yeah.
Suarez. pretty good.
He's still in there?
Cavani, yeah. Still good. Still in his prime, really.
And then usually people will look at the champs, the people who are coming back to defend their title. And if Chile has it 2 times in a row, then...
That's a totally different team 3 years ago. I mean, 3 years ago, Alexis Sanchez was killing it. Now, fast forward, he's barely played a game for Manchester United because he sucks. Can't score a goal. I'm saying this because he left Arsenal for Manchester United and it hurt my feelings. But he actually sucks, so it's a different team now. They're older. 3 years ago, I don't think they have a good shot. But Brazil has a younger team, and they're coming up. But big hit, they lost Neymar right before the competition. He got a really bad ankle injury, and he's out for the whole tournament. So,
another thing about this Copa America, I don't think I've said already. It's gonna be played. It starts this weekend. It starts on Saturday. It's gonna be played.
Starts on Friday.
On Friday. My bad. It starts on Friday night. That's the kickoff, and then that's Brazil versus
Bolivia.
Brazil versus Bolivia, and then it goes through July, right?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, about through July. So it's about a month of soccer, and it's in Brazil, which does give usually the home team wins, right? Because
I mean,
that's the history is that the host country wins. I don't know about other cups, but I was looking at the history on this cup. And that's the usual history, is that whoever hosts it.
I mean, that's
Last year who won was Costa Rica, no?
No.
Chile twice already.
And it was in Chile.
Not last year, the year before that.
The year before that. The other
So
one
the
was in
odds
America.
can be broken.
Exactly.
The Centennial one was in America. It was here. Because I went to a game. I went to see Colombia and Peru. It was in America. So
You never know. I think maybe Chile can win. Chile is a strong team. Or if not, maybe Argentina. Yeah. I will hope Colombia to win, but I don't know.
Traidora.
Colombia don't got a shot.
If Colombia wins, I think it's going to be kind of like a miracle.
Yeah. It's like
Miracle?
It'll be like a story
Miracle.
on. They'll make a movie out of it.
Or just a good struggle?
Miracle. They'll make a Disney.
Now we're getting into why we have this podcast.
They'll make a
Good
Disney
struggle.
movie out of it if they won. That's how bad.
Oh,
it is. And it'll be like, what? This would never happen ever.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, it's like Mighty Ducks or some shit.
the
Air Bud in the movie. It's Cool Runnings. It's Cool Runnings.
The cast will be all like
Shaking it.
little kids with braces and shit. Like, oh,
This shit is
gee,
glory,
coach,
yeah.
what do we do?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. If you believe, you can do anything.
Seriously?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. No, they're not
Alright,
that
wait.
far off. They can win. It's not that many big. We out here passing a mic, yo, like a
So
mic night.
they can win, but I think they have to be consistent, and I think that's one of the things that Colombia team have been lacking is consistency through the tournaments.
Preach. Consistency is key. This is gonna be in the movie too. This part right here. Where Carla's talking. I think they could do
All
it.
right, hold on. So,
There was a podcast a day before.
breaking
that
from
predicted
the non-biased description of the Copa America and speaking specifically about Colombia, I think Colombia has a very good chance, and I think they have a good squad.
And why is that? Where are you from, by the way?
Exactly. I'm saying. I totally introduced that. I'm breaking from the non-biased portion of this.
Yeah.
No, but speaking
Colombia.
specifically of Colombia, I think this is probably the best chance that they've had so far to be able to do this, just because they have a good squad and they have not just one star, but they have multiple people on there that can do stuff. So they have a good chance. Are they gonna win it? They haven't done it. They've won it once. So are they gonna do it again?
Their first game is a trial by fire though. It's Argentina. That's like rough.
Well, we're gonna go watch.
Open it up,
Saturday,
just like open it up.
Here
on
you go.
some
Here's Messi.
Bad day.
Yeah.
On a bad day.
After that, it's easy.
That's a good game though. Saturday. Where are we watching these games?
Paraguay and Qatar. Can they not beat Paraguay and Qatar?
They could definitely beat Paraguay and Qatar. So they could come in second in that group for sure.
Why can't they come in first?
I mean, Messi could have an off day. He does.
Yeah.
a lot in world football. He has an off day all the time. This is on Saturday.
Argentina. Colombia versus
Wait.
Argentina.
Most importantly, where are we watching this? Have we locked this down? Where do you guys watch games out there? I don't know.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay in Queens
Let us know.
because you know Colombians and Argentinians, they live in Queens. Queens is the world's borough. Everybody's out in Queens.
But so that game between Colombia and Argentina, the way I see it is, all you have to do is take out Messi. As long as you either keep him busy,
Like murder him or
possibly if you have to.
wow.
They did it. They did it to Neymar. They broke that dude's back, so they
What'd you
can
say?
do it. No, but-
Sweep the leg like
Listen, you cannot
Karate
be
Kid.
saying those stuff. Remember, that was an accident.
I mean,
Listen, you. I don't mean take him out like that. I'm saying keep him busy, keep him
keep him
occupied.
busy. Keep him busy by murdering. Don't do that. I don't condone that. It's just a stupid game.
If
You don't have to do that.
if they keep Messi occupied or busy, the rest of the team can handle the rest of the team. I think it's just Messi.
Yeah, but you act like this is an easy thing to do. Like you don't
I've
watch
seen it.
Barcelona.
I've seen it.
No one could. They know who he is, and they still can't keep him busy.
This is why I hate going to watch games with Damien, because I know he's sitting there side rooting for the other team always.
No, that's not true. Listen,
Every time we
I'm
see
with you.
Damien,
No, I'm with you. I'm
he's
Colombia.
always
I'm all
on
the
the
way.
other team. He's always
I'm
like,
Colombia all the
he's
way.
always like, yeah, no, Ospina, yeah, I love him, but nah, he's not that good though. Yeah.
Ospina. He was from Arsenal, so I had to root for them.
He's with Arsenal. I
Yeah,
love
he's
him.
not with Arsenal anymore, so
I
who
don't
gives a
love
fuck?
him. Yeah, exactly.
Nah, but
So-
no, I'm gonna back Colombia because you're my bro, and I'm gonna say Colombia gonna win.
Yeah?
The whole thing. I would want that to happen, but who knows?
Who do you think?
I mean, we live in Queens, bro. It's gonna be a party. We're like in Little
You're
Colombia.
just in it for the parties. That's it.
I mean, it's gonna be popping. I walk home in Jackson Heights. It's gonna be popping. There's gonna be parties everywhere. and shit.
That's all you want to celebrate.
No, so but besides Colombia, who do you think can win the
I
tournament?
just think it's gonna be Brazil. I mean, I said that before. Brazil's gonna win.
He said Colombia for the win.
No, Colombia. I want Colombia to win. That's who I want to win. I was thinking about this the other day, right? See, when you come from a country, like, you know, we're all immigrants mostly. You come from a country that's not good at world football. Like, they have no chance of winning in a World Cup. You always have to have a backup team, right? I'm from Trinidad. There's no way we're winning a World Cup. Yeah, but, I mean, that's a smaller competition.
See,
and
it's
we're
fun-
not going to win that either. But I'm just saying, like,
Why not?
you always have to have a backup team.
You gotta
right?
believe.
Like the World Cup, if you don't have a backup team, you're not gonna be interested for the rest of it because your team is gonna be out pretty early, right? Like Colombia in the World Cup, they made it to like the quarterfinals, whatever it was. But after that, you need to be like, all right, if they don't win, because that's my home, I want like France to win because you know I like France. So this is the same thing. I'm gonna support Colombia, but when they get knocked out, my next best to win this would probably be Brazil. I like Brazil. I mean, I like a good, solid team. You know, I like Brazil.
Well, hey,
I don't want
Wow.
Brazil to win.
You guys are haters.
I
We're
want,
drinking Brazilian rum right now.
I want Colombia, yeah. Or you know who? Venezuela. That would be like an spiritual,
That would be a movie.
like yeah.
That would be a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, your flags are very
Venezuela's
similar.
win is gonna be like
Your flags are the same code scheme. I don't know.
no, but if Venezuela wins because they have been playing really good on these past games. So if they win, that would be kind of like
How do they even have time
The
to
story.
play football? You know what I mean? Like, this shit going on in there. They're like, I'm going to play football.
right.
Who's doing this? Who's playing the football? Like,
I don't know how they're traveling out because
Exactly.
with everything that's happening, then the government has to really be proud of their team because the government
but
is
you
the only one
just
that
touched
can.
on something, Carla.
Yeah.
If they win, that'll be a big story.
Yeah, it will.
That'd actually be amazing, actually.
well,
I think I want Venezuela now. You convinced me.
Yeah.
Also, it's right next to Trinidad.
Oh,
Yeah. And same flag, so.
well, Venezuela's odds, according to this thing here, are 40-1. Right,
8 bajillion to 1.
right next to Japan, and right above Qatar and Bolivia. So statistically, they're not up there. But let me give you guys some facts. Now that we talked about Venezuela, I got facts about all the teams for you guys. But for Venezuela, let's talk about Venezuela. Venezuela is part of Group A. They're ranked number 29. Their chances of winning, like I said, 0.71%. So let me read this a little bit for you. Why they're going to go far. The only South American side never to have played in a World Cup. Venezuela are confident that the road to making their debut in Qatar will start in Brazil this summer. So they feel like if they win this, or at least show up in this really well, then they'll make good in the World Cup, I guess. They have certainly been moving in the right direction, as highlighted by the comprehensive 3-1 win over Argentina in March. So they beat Argentina 3-1 in March.
Probably the B side or C side.
Probably.
I'm just saying.
A win's a win. A win's a win. Coach Rafael.
13-0 though.
Well, Venezuela just beat the U.S. 3-0 a couple of days ago.
That's crazy.
3-0, man.
Shame on us. Shame on us.
I'm about to take a drink of cachaca for that.
Yeah, cachaca.
Coach Rafael Dudamel now has a fascinating blend. Some of the youngsters who reached the final of the 2017 Under-20 World Cup have come through well, such as the excellent goalkeeper Wilker Farines, I don't know who that is, and are forming a team with more established stars such as midfield stalwart Thomas Rincon.
Rincon?
No, he's a
Star
midfield
Wars.
stalwart.
Ah,
Thomas Rincon and fearsome
Star
center
Wars.
forward
Imagine, my name is Star Wars.
Salamon Rondon.
Oh, I know him. He's good.
He's in the EuroLeague.
I mean, he's not great, but he played in like the Premier League.
He might be the guy who was doing all the striking against the U.S. Because there was one guy that was standing out.
He's good.
There was one standout that just kept scoring. I was like, whoa. They attack with pace down the flanks, and Dudamel has tried to make a point of tightening up the defense. The weak part of the side in the last qualification campaign with the addition of more pace at the back. Okay, so this is what they're saying why they probably won't win. Venezuela is moving into uncharted waters. How will they cope with the heightened expectations brought to them by their progress? They had a brief flirtation with such a situation toward the start of the decade.
Who they flirting with?
They're flirting with a situation toward the start of the decade. A win over Argentina in early stages of Brazil 2014. Qualifiers set off hopes that Venezuela might be on the verge of a breakthrough. So the question is, with the little bit that they have and stepping into new waters, will they make this an opportunity to stand out, I guess? Because now they're in the Copa America and they have an opportunity to make a big blast. So they're probably going to come with a lot of heart. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's probably why they scored. Yeah, and that's probably why they scored the shit out of U.S. And that's something that we haven't touched on yet. We're talking about stats and we're talking about our personal favorites. But how many cups have we seen where like there's a crazy upset?
Of course, there's always.
Where like there's holy shit, how did this happen? And then people start
everything great.
People start talking about like, was that paid for? Like, why was this bought? Like, why such a great upset?
I mean, they do have a lot going on back home that can say a lot to if not the world, but to South America, right? It can just put them on the map a little bit. It could like ease tensions. It could give the people down there something to cheer for. You know what I mean? Like, they do have like a Cinderella story. If they can win it, it would be like a great story. Like all the shit that's happening in Venezuela right now, and then to win something.
So let's talk about the bracket. Now that we're talking about that,
Brackets.
let's talk about the brackets. Where would you want them?
Braquito.
Given the possibility that they probably won't make it to the final in this Copa America, but where would you want them to be that you would be like, yo, that would be amazing if they made it to there?
Carla's right. Semifinals.
The semifinal. That's the level.
Crazy story, because that's one step away from the final. You bow out. You might even get to play for the runners-up, the third place.
And then at least in the semifinal, you know that you played against a big team. Like you know that you made a statement, right?
Well, let's analyze their group, right? So every tournament, major tournament, world tournament, they separate teams into groups. What they do is it's called seeding, right? Seeding is based on the FIFA rankings. Who are the best teams? They put one in each group, right? They go to the head. So it'll be Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay, right? Those are the top. So they get their own groups because it's you don't want a group that's top heavy like that, where it's Argentina versus Brazil versus Uruguay.
Right.
It'll make for like not as fun viewing because they're all gonna play well against each other. It'd be 0-0. So they put them into groups, and then they put the lesser teams in that group with them. It's usually 4 teams in a group. And what happens is you play a game. You all play each other. It's a round robin. You play each other, and whoever has the most points advance into the next round, which is in the World Cup. It's a round of 16 because there's more teams. There's 32. But in this competition, there's less teams, so it goes straight to a quarterfinal. And the quarterfinals is 8 teams. Quarters, 8 teams, right? So out of these 3 groups, there's going to be 2 of the top teams from the group who has the most points, first and second. And then there's going to be, that's 6, and then 2 who have the higher points out of all of them, right?
You explain to me the pointage system.
Point is 1 point for a draw, 3 points for a win, and 0 points for a loss.
So if you draw, so if you don't win, but you at least draw.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people play for draws. Like if they're losing 1-0, they try to get that goal because it's important. It's a point that can help you get to the next round.
Correct.
So this round is you don't lose a game and you're out. If you lose all your games, you're out. But you can.
I think so.
Yeah. If you win a couple, then you can make it to the next round. So it's all about points getting to the next round. And the next round is when it becomes knockout, which means there's no draws,
no going
there's
back.
no ties. If you, at the end of the game, 90 minutes, if you're 0-0 or 1-1 or tied, you have to go to extra time. And then if you can't score a goal there, that's usually called, if you can't score that goal in the extra 30 minutes.
Do they have double extra time? Or
Yeah, you get 2 halves.
You do
30
get 2
minutes, so it's 15 minutes each half.
Gotcha.
So now they do this on purpose, right? Like these guys are running for 90 minutes straight.
No, I can't even
You're
run for
fucking
15
tired.
minutes.
Exactly. You're fucking tired. And then it's 0-0. So they go, we'll give you some extra time. The real athletes, they can still keep going. This is what separates them. The rest of them, like a team like Venezuela, might not have energy to last another 30 minutes. Or they might be so hyped up by their country or whatever the case may be, they might be the ones that
Can
have
you
more
replace
energy.
people?
No, you only have 3 substitutes in a whole game, so that's it. You have to do it smart. Like if you know you're heading into extra time, a lot of coaches, if they know they're heading into extra time, they're gonna make their substitutions in extra time when they want a certain person to take a penalty. Because again, now going back, if you go to extra time and you still haven't scored and you still tied, then it's penalties. And penalties just go until the person misses first. Like that, they just keep going. So that's where it's at. It goes from that 90 minutes to extra time. This is the knockout rounds, quarterfinals into semifinals into the final. And that's how it's decided. But before this opening batch of games is all based off of points. So you're just trying to score. Like Venezuela is probably just hoping. Venezuela's in a tough group, right? They're in.
Who's Venezuela?
Let's do the groups. Group A is Brazil, Bolivia, Venezuela, and Peru. That's really hard for Venezuela to make it out of there.
Who you got up there? You got Brazil.
Brazil and Peru is really
And
good.
Peru.
And then Bolivia is probably better than Venezuela.
Let me tell you about
So Group B is Argentina, Colombia. This is also Paraguay and Chile.
Yeah.
This in
And
every
Paraguay
World Cup.
and Qatar.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Qatar. I thought that was Chile.
Yeah.
And then the next group is Uruguay, Ecuador, Japan, and Chile.
Chile.
That's Group C.
Well, all right, so just quickly about Bolivia. So Bolivia is ranked 63, which,
That seems
like you told
wrong.
me, ranks are bullshit. But they're saying Bolivia has made an impact in Copa. They reached the final in 1997 on home ground.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, I know. 1997 feels like ancient times, right?
Yeah. I wasn't even born yet.
Oh, away from the extreme altitude of La Paz, it is hard to find too many strong points. Perhaps the main one is precisely the lack of expectations. Bolivia are traditionally seen as sacrificial.
Did they win in Bolivia? This is a question. Where was that they won? Bolivia? I bet you they won in Bolivia because Bolivia is fucking super high up in the mountains and you can't breathe properly. So I'm pretty sure that's where they won that.
Well, they're saying Bolivia football has yet to replace the fine generation of talented players who got them to the 1994 World Cup. So since 1994, they haven't
made it to World
a strong presence. And the absence of genuine quality, they can add an absence of preparation time. The chaotic Bolivian FA keep chewing up and spitting out coach after coach. And the last man in charge, Eduardo Villegas, was appointed in February. Bolivia could find themselves outgunned both technically and physically. So it sounds like the foundation's not there. Like, put heart and country aside, it sounds like the team itself is not there.
Yeah, no, but even with all that, I think they're still a little bit better than Venezuela. So that's a tough one for Venezuela to make it out of.
Think so? I mean, the Venezuela information sounded like they had more of a chance.
Well, we'll see. I'm rooting for them now. Carla got me on their side now.
If Venezuela versus Colombia, who do you take?
Oof.
Oh,
We don't want to go there, right? We don't want to go.
No, we don't want to go there.
Venezuela.
Separate checks. Who you got? I hate separate checks. Have I mentioned that?
We're right next to
I
it.
have a question. So in the group round, whatever, the amount of goals that they score has nothing to do with the points?
It does. If there's a tie on points, because you have 3 points for a win, like I said, 1 point for a draw, 1 point. No points for loss. So if you both have 6 points, then it has to go to who scored the most goals.
So if you guys out there have been paying attention to the Women's World Cup,
sad.
it's going on right now. Yeah, but the U.S. team, we know the women's soccer U.S. team is a strong team, but they just had a game against Thailand in the Women's World Cup, and they beat them 13-0, and it was like an embarrassment, and a lot of people were complaining.
13-0. That's a lucky number.
It was crazy, dude. I was at work.
Thailand.
Just following the tweets, and
Every second was a goal.
It was literally. I was like, oh my god, they're at 6-0, and within 2 minutes it was like 7-0. And my coworker was like, you're kidding, right? I'm like 8-0, 9-0, and I was like 10-0. I was like 11-0. I was like 12-0, and then I saw 13, and I was like, seriously? And then they were like, final, that's it. And I was like, holy shit, 13.
Yo, one of the highest scoring games ever recorded was 31-0 Australia against Faroe Islands. But that was like a real professional game. And at 31, imagine how many times you have to score for it to be... you have to be playing nobody. Like the goalkeeper is just sitting down at this point.
You gotta have literally the whole team versus the goalkeeper, and you just take shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be like that. Like I'm just dancing through the La Cancha, and then I get to the goal, and that's it.
But the other day, I think somebody scored 120 something. It was ridiculous. I think it was women's football too. Like, come on now, just stop playing.
Do you really need it? Exactly. Do you really need to do that?
Yeah,
So the criticisms of that game was people were like, oh my god, 13-0. Why did you keep going? Why didn't you just lay off and just play your defense? And my initial impact was like, my impression initially, I was like, yo, that's a lot. Like once you get to like 7-0, like you just kind of lay off a little bit. Maybe you play your defense. Maybe you play other people off the bench. But what I heard was, what I didn't know was that the points kind of do matter in a strategy sense. The goals matter in a strategy sense.
Yeah.
If you happen to be up against somebody else who might also score high, you want to make sure that you have those goals
goal difference
in your pocket for possibilities. You know what I mean? But then they were also criticizing the way they were celebrating. They were overdoing it.
Yeah, they were celebrating crazy.
They were like, like after the 7th, 8th goal, do you have to continue to celebrate? They were like sliding down the field. And
at that point, you should just walk back to your spot calmly.
like, right? Like, I think once you do your 8th and 9th, aren't you like, all right,
give them the ball and be like, all right.
maybe a salute? Yeah, no.
I would
They
pass
were
the ball to
sliding down.
Thailand.
It looked crazy.
If I was on it, I would pass the ball to Thailand. I was like, here you go, do something.
Nothing. All right. Wow.
You lost your chance. Fuck you. I'm gonna score again. You're an idiot. Stop it. No, I mean, listen. There's a whole other topic, but women's football, or women's sports in general, they're not getting the same funding or nothing like that. Like all these women have to have jobs. Also.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in Thailand they don't have great jobs. You know what I mean?
I'm sure that the Thailand group,
I'm sure
team
Carla
is not
could make the team. In
like
Thailand.
professional.
You should go play for Thailand.
I think he's.
I
No,
know what
I'm-
he's saying.
I'm saying that's
I know
how good
what
you
you're
are.
implying.
I'm saying you're good. You're better. You would have. It would have been 12-0 if you were playing.
Yeah.
Not 13.
All right.
Just because I look like I work for the Thailand team doesn't mean.
Yes, I look exactly. Yeah, I'm not part of the Thailand, but that's sad though. Like it's kind of sad that because it's sports, but then also it's kind of like women's sport, which means it's kind of like a minority. So within the minority. So do you really? It doesn't even matter the strategy. Do you really need to go to 13?
Nah,
See,
I feel like it was a little much. You could have stopped at 8.
I think you'd be safe with like 7. I would say 10.
Nice round number.
No, I feel like at 10 you're safe. Like 10. Who the hell else is gonna score 10?
Oh, I think Alex Morgan. She's one of the star players on the team. I think she scored 5 or something. So it's like they were saying the golden boot is whoever has the most goals, whichever individual player scores the most goals for the whole of the tournament. And they were like, she already won the golden boot with 1 game. Because usually, you score like 5, 6, you win the whole tournament. Like it's really hard to score that many goals. So
It's
she may have
off
won the
balance.
whole thing.
Well, I was. That's why when we were talking earlier, I was telling you like it does feel like watching those games, the Women's World Cup. It's a lot off balance. Like there's like 2 or 3 powerful teams, and then the rest of them are just like they're just there for exercise. Like
Well, I mean, let's just take a quick detour into why America is the land of the free, right? You can do anything. You do whatever you want. Women can do whatever they want. They can be whatever they want. So, and it's so big that you have all these opportunities. So yeah, there's gonna be more women playing soccer. Now, if you go to, I don't know, Qatar, where you're not allowed to do shit, you're not gonna have a lot of people to farm from. You know what I'm saying? Like or like Mexico, and they're like, yo, y'all don't do that. You take care of us. You know what I mean? Which is messed up. This is why America is one of the strongest teams, because we're not equally strong when it's the men's, because the men's are distracted by the other shit.
Exactly.
All the other sports they can play. Women know, and also break it down even more. Women take their kids to soccer all the time. Like there's a real thing called a soccer mom. America would always have the strongest women's team, but not the strongest male team because of that reason. You know what I mean? Like Thailand, I'm sure women aren't like, yo, I got a lot of free time on my hands. I'm gonna
Let's
play
some
fucking soccer. They don't. They can't do that. There's other shit's going on there that's fucking rough. You know what I mean? So
Political moment.
Political hour. Deep minutes. The deep minute. But anyway,
That's true. That's true. That's a
It's
good
real talk.
point.
It's real talk.
Yeah.
So anyway, getting back to the Copa.
Going back to Copa America,
To real football.
Brazil 2019.
It's fucked up.
That's got me.
Yo, that Kachaka.
track.
Yo, listen, I recommend Kachaka.
So hopefully, I mean, my hope is that Colombia makes it to the final, or at least the semifinal. But hopefully, at least the final. I
You
think
gotta
it'd
aim
be awesome.
high, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think they're gonna take it, but I would hope at least the final. I honestly think they have a good chance of taking
Talking
it.
that
My
talk.
opinion, a little bit of belief and heart and wishful thinking, but a lot of actual factual shit. I think they have a good chance of taking it. I hope they
Actual
do.
factual.
Factuals.
Actual and factual.
Actual factual.
No, that's a real song. It's actual and factual.
But I think they have a good chance.
Who's that?
Regardless, though, the Copa, like we said,
That's
is a
that
great
cachaca.
opportunity to just hang out with your friends, have some drinks,
Have some Kachaka.
have some cachaca, which is delicious. We're on
Yo,
our
this
second
is
cup already.
No, third, my friend.
Third cup.
Third cup.
Second.
Carla, what do you think of the cachaca? Your review?
It's really good. It's sweet, but it has a strong flavor. It's nice.
And it's smooth.
Do you feeling it already?
Smooth.
I'm already feeling it.
I am drunk.
Is your
Yeah, my cousin came in and he was just like, oh, yo, he don't usually drink like that. He gets like ciders and shit. He saw the bottle and we were busy talking and he just picked it up and poured it. I was like, that's strange. Come to find out, this man has experience with
a
Kachaka.
habitual cachaca drinker.
He's a Kachaka man.
Arne, you want to tell us about your cachacas?
Not really.
Well, your times in the favelas,
Ooh,
hanging out
favelas? Or, yeah,
with
favelas.
in the
But-
favelas with the brasileiras.
Yeah, let's not talk about that on your podcast. I don't know.
Says every time he drinks Kachaka, his butt hurts. Boom, boom, ching. Sorry. Probably gonna have to edit that out.
That will be edited out.
Okay, I'll keep it in. Who cares?
I'm probably gonna keep it.
Yeah.
Because it's funny. Separate checks. Whatever.
Separate checks.
All right, but no. Anyway. Exactly.
You can't go against the narcos of Colombia. You can't go against the narcos. These are narcos. Plato y plomo. Or something like that. Both of them. Plata and what? Plata o plomo.
Oh, promo, yeah.
Because you got to make a
It's this
choice.
or
You
that,
can't have
not
both.
Hey, you get both if you want it. Here you go, both.
Here's money, and then I'm going to shoot you in the face. Makes sense.
Choose what you want. Both? Got it. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully, yes, Colombia will win. If not, I would say, okay, my non-biased bet, I would say, I think probably Argentina.
Finally.
I got to admit,
Finally.
probably.
Chip from Messi.
Probably Argentina. Probably, I would say. But if not Argentina, then Colombia. That's why it's a weird game for me, on my perspective, from my standpoint, to see Argentina and Colombia play right out the gate. Because to me, it's like, that should be the final. In my mind, it's like, that should be the final. But fine. Can it? Do they end up playing together? If two teams start out in a group, they could end up at the end of a bracket?
Yep.
Okay. So, well, we'll see. It would be a crazy upset. I'm here for the upsets, is what I'm really here for. Because who wants the safe bets? Like, the exciting thing about all the Copas, whether it's the World Cup or the Copa America or the Gold Cup, is the crazy upsets.
Anything can happen. Anything.
Within 15 minutes.
Imagine Thailand beat USA 13-0. That'd be crazy.
And it
We'd
could
all
have
be
happened.
talking forever.
And it could have happened.
You'd be like, wow, Thailand is amazing.
Yeah.
But now we're just saying, Thailand, you should leave and go home early.
You have delicious food.
Yeah, exactly. Stick to your food. It's the greatest export.
You see what you just did right there? You fell for me setting you up
But they do have
for
delicious food.
an inappropriate joke.
That's not inappropriate. They have delicious food. It's a compliment.
But go home.
But anyway, you know what's great about this? Seriously though, about the Copa America especially, is that we live in New York, and much more specifically, we live in Queens. And every one of these flags on any given day, you can walk down the street and see them up, because
That is true.
Queens is the world's borough and has everybody in it. So that brings Queens together more than anything else. Copa. There's funny enough, there's actually a league right before this. I think it's called Copa New York. And you
Really?
represent your country, right? I went to a couple of games. I wanted to play for Trinidad, but I was too old at this point. But there's older kids, the older people playing and shit. And it's in Flushing Meadow Park. It's a real competition.
I didn't know that.
So it's the smaller Copa, but it's like, we are so diverse with all these different countries that it's like there's a Trini team, there's a Greek team, there's Bolivian, there's Peruvian, there's Argentinian, there's Brazilian. It's actually a dope event. And I think it should be going on now. If not now, soon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
It's
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it
really
out.
Cool. I gotta look into that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to check out.
Yeah. I
Is
was
there a
there
Puerto
one
Rican
year and probably, yeah. They probably didn't make it far.
We
but
do have we have a Puerto Rican football team. It's called the
I know.
Huracanes.
We talked about this.
And they're really good.
No, the Hurricanes.
And you guys should follow
So-
them. They play and they score some goals.
Yeah, what a choice of name, Hurricane. That's so fucked up. Like they should they picked this before, right? Is this before or after? Because after would be crazy. You'd be fucking insane if after you're like, what's a good name though? I've been thinking about it. It's got to be before.
The Hurricanes.
It's got to be before. Oh, okay. No, the irony is insane. If they name themselves,
Los colibrí, las iguanas, el coquí, los coquíes.
Yeah.
Something.
no, you call it coquille and you
yeah.
get rained on by a plague of frogs.
Las
and shit.
amapolas, los flamboyanes.
Yeah.
Los flamboyanes, las palmas.
You should call. You should.
Exactly. Las Palmas.
No.
So there was an interesting thing. Las Palmas, the palm trees.
Right.
There was actually an interesting thing. We went to a play when we were in Puerto Rico recently, and the artist in the play, she's a singer and she's a songwriter and she's an actress and all this stuff. So her play was like a musical, and in one of her scenes, she was talking about her father telling her a story about like you got to be strong like the palm trees in Puerto Rico, and it kind of left the whole audience like, what is she talking about? Right? Where's she going with this? And the guy was doing a dance where he was like, she was doing a dance where she was saying like bending over like that, right? And so she was explaining, she was like, yeah, in Puerto Rico, the strongest thing in Puerto Rico is the palm trees because they bend,
But they don't break.
but they don't break.
What? Deep.
Right? Right or wrong?
You should call
What?
yourself
The
that.
palm trees. Why?
Yeah.
That's what Carla's saying. Why
Puerto
didn't they call
Rican
themselves that?
and it's
That's-
alliteration.
Los flamboyantes. There's
It-
a
it
lot
fucking-
of trees.
It's alliteration though. Puerto Rico, the Puerto Rico. What is it? Palmas.
It would be like the U.S. team calling themselves the U.S. drug addicts or drug.
Wow. Put 'em. Wow.
The U.S. tornadoes. It's like U.S.
U.S. economy.
U.S.
Here
fat
comes the
fucks?
U.S. economy coming down the field. The U.S. economy, and they're losing again. No, but it's like imagine if
The U.S. barbecue. Yeah, that's it. That's it. The U.S. barbecues.
now you gotta pick something that's like a real epidemic or something that's like hitting us.
Fucking heroin or
Yeah, the drug addict. That's why I was
crystal meth.
I went
The
for-
U.S. crystal meth. This is taking a turn for the worse.
This is all gonna be edited out.
This is taking a turn for.
Chris,
don't
talk-
edit it out.
Chris from the past talking to Chris from the future. Edit this out.
You can say a couple of fucked up shit previously. Just delete that. Trust
Yes.
me.
No, so it would be like the U.S. something really bad, the U.S. bad economy. Like it would be like crazy.
It should be. Wow. It should be Puerto Rican. The Puerto Rican Bacardis. That's what it should
Here
be.
come the cop killers.
Oh wow. No. School shooters. Wow. You definitely edited this. You gotta edit. Listen, Damien from the future has now came in. And from his fucking flying fucking time machine and say, yo, that thing you just said, edit it out.
Sober Damien and sober Chris came
Yeah,
back
yeah.
and said, put the kachaka down for 2 seconds.
With crazy wild hair and shit. they got crazy wild hair, gray and shit.
You have to.
Oh my God, wild eyes. Like, are you been doing cocaine, future Damien?
The waves, the
No, I got it. I got it.
Puerto
It's
Rico
the
waves.
best. Yeah, I got it. The Puerto Rico mofongos, because it's the best thing ever in the world.
Actually, mofongos would be pretty dope because it sounds
Yo.
like mofos.
Who doesn't like
the
mofongos?
motherfuckers.
Who doesn't
Puerto
like
Rico
mofongos?
mofongos.
Listen. Anyway, you guys
The
listening?
mofongos.
If you never had mofongo in your life, you're fucking up.
Christian
You're not
doesn't like
living life right.
mofongos. Christian is part of that
Wow,
0%
Kristen,
of
you are
people
not-
that don't like
You are not
mofongos.
living your life correctly, so I'm sorry. All these years of your life, you fucked up. Because mofongo...
Yeah, we
amazing.
sidetracked, and this is all going to be edited out.
No. Keep this. This is great stuff. Future Damien says it's okay. It'll be okay.
Future Damien comes back. No, he didn't. Slash.
Yeah.
the microphone out of his hand. Give me the
All
microphone.
right. Where were we anyway?
Okay, yeah, so shall we continue with what we were saying?
I think that's all for Copa America. I think, Carla, maybe you and we could talk about the music of Copa America. Maybe next week we'll talk about that. Because Copa America, I didn't know they had theme music. And I know the World Cup, we did an episode where we talked about the World Cup music. But Copa America has their own music and they have a theme song.
And how it goes. At the Copa America, you can score a lot of goals. You can. I know. Pretty good at this.
Don't be an asshole.
You wanted me to teach you, right? This is street reality.
All right, Carla. Hablando español, what words you got for me?
Yes, Hablando Español. Welcome everybody. This is special Hablando Español on location. Copa America episode. Hablando Portugués. It should be Hablando Portugués because it's Brazil 2019. Exactly. Okay, so the first word is cup. How do you say cup? Cup in Spanish. Dale. Arne. How do you
Copa.
think? Oh, great. That's right. Okay. That's good. 1 point. 1 point for Nate. Second word is tournament. How do you say tournament in Spanish?
Torneo.
What?
Yeah. you heard.
Yeah, but yeah. So it's pronounced torneo.
Huracanes?
No,
Really? Really? Really?
too soon. And torneo.
Torneo.
That's right. How do you say?
Wow.
Yes, it was right.
That really is.
How do you
those are my
say
favorites.
bracket in Spanish? Yeah,
What? A bracket?
bracket. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me talk to my guts. What do you know?
So there's not
Braquia.
really. ¿Cómo?
Braquia?
No,
Brachio.
no,
Braqui.
no. So, so you know that. So you know that.
Brachelius.
You know that a bracket is kind of like a parenthesis. So there's a word for that, but a bracket as the bracket for the game, I didn't find a word for it. They just have like a Categoría, which means category or group. But
get the win.
bracket as the parenthesis that we use will be paréntesis or corchete. So, because I remember when I was growing up, in my school, they would do volleyball tournaments. And when they will describe doing the brackets, they will say bracket. Just like this one in English. It would be, vamos a hacer el bracket para el torneo. So I remember that word in English. I don't know a word in Spanish.
That's
All right. So the next word is victory. That one you know. How you say it? How you say it, Arne? Oh,
Doria.
Victoria?
Victoria?
Yes, correct. Okay, the next one. The next one is finals. How do you say finals in Spanish? Come on, that's so easy, simple.
Finales.
Oh yes! Well, finales, yes, finales. Okay, next word is finalist. 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 You just said finales. You have to know how to say finalist. How you say?
Finalistas.
It's close. It's
Finalistas.
close.
Finalistas.
Finalistas.
Blup, blup, blup.
Finalistas.
Why is it feminine? Just a question.
Because it's finalista.
But why?
Because that word doesn't matter, but it's the article that you put in front of the word. So it's el finalista or la finalista.
But why?
Because
strange.
that's the way it is. It's not el finaliste. It makes no sense.
Because duh. Makes no sense. What are you talking about, mister? I think you just tapped on a little piece of Spanish language bullshit, which is why it goes from gender to gender within the same content. Some things I understand why they have gender. Some things, not like cars or planes might have certain gender because people have done that historically. given a gender to a car or to a plane, an object, a vehicle, versus a couch, versus a whatever, a beer doesn't have a gender, like things like that. Cerveza is feminine. A cerveza, right? I don't know, man. Anyway, but yes, back to the finalistas and finales.
Yeah. And the next word is group. How do you say group? Arne.
Grupo.
That's right. Blow, 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 blow.
Wow.
Okay. Arne, how do you say Friday?
Viernes.
Wow. Blow, 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 blow.
Oh, he said it and dropped the mic. He was like, drop that mic.
It's your.
Okay, I have how many words? 1, 2, 3 more words to go.
God.
How do you say rank? Rank.
End of his Jeopardy run.
Din, 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 din. Din, din, din,
Rango.
din, din. What?
Rango.
How do you know?
What do you mean? How do I know what?
Yeah, that's a word. Rango. Rango. Yeah, rango. Rango o posición. Yeah. Rango o posición.
Like Range Rover?
I don't know.
Rango de Rova.
But the
Range
next
Rover.
word is qualification.
Qualificación.
Almost.
Qualificación. Calificación.
Calificación.
Did it all by myself.
Yeah, okay. And the last word is stadium.
Oh, I know this one.
Okay.
Estadio.
That's right. Wow, this
Look,
guy's
I
like.
mean, come on, I watch soccer. They say it
I
all the
think
time.
that they looked up the words because you remember the last time we had a guest in the studio and we said you might be one of the best.
Who was that?
And now
The singer-songwriter
singer-songwriter
What's her name?
Leandra Magnair.
with the new single.
Fantasy is coming out very soon, and her previous single Dive Deep.
Dipset.
Dive Deep.
So yeah, no, Leandra McNair, she did great on our Hablando Español. She was doing it perfectly. She knew.
And then we said, you know what? You might be one of the best Hablando Español guests we have ever had. And then you said, no, wait a second. Damian is
What?
is the
I
best.
am the master of Spanish.
No, he's the master of Spanish. He challenges anybody to come.
I made
His
Spanish.
kung fu.
And here he is, ready for the battle.
Awesome.
So I think we're gonna have to have a special episode that is gonna be Hablando Español, the battle, and we're gonna have 2 guests, and we're gonna be
Yo,
like
I'm
the
about this
person,
world. This is amazing.
the person that
Yo, Carla, you're a fucking genius, and this is gonna happen.
the person that answered.
Oh, shit. This is the Copa Español. Yo, let me just tell you something. Anything can happen with Cachaca, guys.
And then
Cachaca.
every time you
Sponsored
miss
by
a
Cachaca.
word, you have to drink a shot of cachapa.
Yo, I'm ready.
Cachaca.
I'm ready.
And then we're gonna have the tournament, and then everybody has to respond and has to answer what's the word in Spanish, and if you don't know, then you lose points.
All right, so Damien, you have to
We're
give me
with
your
this.
WWF, WWE shout out to all your competitors out there. Oh, let me tell you.
I'm not ready.
Listen to me, brother.
I'm not ready. But I do know my wrestler name is Lucha Cachaca.
Chaka chaka.
El Luchador de Cachaca.
El Malo Cachaca.
I'm going to come dressed like a Cachaca bottle. Also, Chris is going to put
All right,
pictures
so
of
Damien's
this.
putting the word out there to all
I'd
comers,
say
all
accepting
newcomers out there, all challenges.
Challenges to take my heavyweight title, Espanol belt, right now, yo. Even my cousin, if you want it, step to it, bro. You don't got this. You didn't win nothing, my friend. You didn't prove yourself show after show, episode after episode.
You ain't worthy for this belt. You ain't
Yeah,
worthy.
you got one fight and that was it. I'm 20-0 right now, bro. Step your game up, brother. Anyway, Carla,
We
this
are
is a
calling
genius
to
idea.
all the challengers to come and step up.
You better leave
Dr.
all this shit in
Greedy,
there.
Leandra McNair, Arne,
Yo, what?
Vicene Queen,
This is like Avengers Assemble and shit.
Mr. Art,
Fucking
Keanu.
guillotine cuts and
We're
shit.
guillotine cuts. We're calling all the challengers to come out of your caves and
Yeah.
come out.
This is real, yo. This is real. It got real. Listen, first of all, guillotine cuts is disqualified because they're Spanish. They're not involved in this. I'm sorry. Okay.
But
It's
we're calling to
non-Spanish
all the
speakers.
challengers. Come out. Show your face. We want to see you
We wanna
next
take this
Tuesday
belt, yo.
at 7 p.m. in the studio.
Oh, we have a time
Come
already?
through.
We have a time
We have to
there.
edit that. I don't
Yeah.
know if we have a time and a place.
We didn't have it set up yet. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Tuesday, you don't know what Tuesday is.
True.
All right.
This is a great idea.
No, I think yeah. No.
No. This has gotta happen. This gotta happen.
You did good. Digo.
Yo, guess what? This whole podcast is brought to you by Cachaça. It is amazing. Bottom line is, go get your bottle.
Cachaça, the
Chris is
finest
gonna
quality
post
of sugarcane spirit, made from sugarcane, distilled, product of Brazil. 51
Producto de Brasil. Yo, listen, Cachaca, you're my friend.
All right, yo. So
You bring out great ideas.
I think
This is probably the best Hablando Español segment ever. And again, I was part of it. Motherfuckers, you can't take my belt. Doing it on all levels, motherfuckers. Who won it?
viral.
Who won it? I did this.
All right. Next time.
See you next time. Digo.
Peace out.
All right, another crazy episode in the bag.
What a show. What a show.
That alcohol was strong. That was a 50-minute episode, and by the 30-minute mark, we were all slurring and feeling it. That was a pretty strong drink, but I liked it. It was good.
Yeah. It was good. I
right,
think
guys.
next time on a cocktail.
Oh yeah. We could try it in a
Yeah.
cocktail. We'll actually try the caipirinha. See, maybe
Yeah,
we'll do
yeah.
that for the next episode. We'll do the caipirinha,
Yeah, that'll be good.
and we'll talk about the music
Yeah.
of the Copa.
That's what we're gonna do.
All right, we're gonna do that. Thank you guys for listening to this craziness. Stay tuned.
See you next time.